The hymn Praise to the Man has a great line in it. Wake up the world to the conflict of justice. The Lord said, Verily I say, men should be anxiously engaged in a good cause, and do many things of their own free will, and bring to pass much righteousness. Justice is righteousness. They are synonymous. Our task is to wake up the world for the conflict of this righteousness, of this justice. That's what missionary work is all about, and in these latter days, there's more to it than that. It's also a matter of standing as a witness of God at all times and in all things and in all places. This battle that we are engaged in, the battle between good and evil, between light and dark, has been going on since before the world began, before any of us was ever born. Too often we hear from well-meaning people that we need to be, reaching across the aisle and having bipartisan stuff, and we need to work together to make a better future. And that sounds good, but these people hate us just for who we are, for what we believe. There's no unifying under that, because the only way we can truly be unified is through Christ. And they don't want anything to do with Christ. They hate Christ just as much as they hate us. More than they hate us, really. So this conflict that we're engaged in is something that we have to be actively engaged in. Even those who are trying to sit on the fence are part of this fight, because as God told us, they who are not for me are against me, saith our God. You have to be actively fighting for goodness, for righteousness. Otherwise, you're against it. There's too many people sitting in the middle saying, I just don't want to be part of this fight. You're part of this fight. But just because we are a part of this fight doesn't mean that we should be enjoying it. God said, He that hath the spirit of contention is not of me, but is of the devil. Now I understand that it's a lot easier to just avoid conflict altogether than to work hard to be in the conflict, but to defy the spirit of contention. It's way easier to sit back and just, okay, I'm not going to fight you. But we have an obligation to stand up for the truth. We have an obligation to stand up for justice, for those who cannot stand up for themselves. That falls upon us, you and me. If we're not going to do it, no one's going to do it, and then this world becomes a horrible, unjust place as we see that it is today. This goes back a little bit to what I was saying in my last video about always be looking outside of ourselves. Because those who look inward are the eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we die crowd. And we know a better way. We should live that better way, where we strive to do good for others instead of only doing good for ourselves. I'll leave with this one last thought from Matthew. Christ says, He that is not with me is against me, and he that gathereth not with me scattereth abroad. Those who are gathering not with Christ are being scattered. They're following after celebrities and pop culture and the iniquity of the world. So we need to be with Christ. Stand firm with Him. Otherwise we'll be scattered and eventually destroyed. So all of us need to be willing to lose our lives for Christ's sake by doing good for others. And that doesn't come without conflict. There's no avoiding it. We just have to do our best to fight for goodness. Hopefully it doesn't come to actual blows, but if it does, which side are you on?